Hi friends, I am your 147. I am going to explain the first experiment of dbms, that is the usage of ddl and dcl commands. ddl command is the data definition language, that is create, alter, drop, rename, truncate, etc. And dcl command is the data control commands. They are grant and revoke, that is granting and revoking the usage of different queries for other users. So that the first question for us is to create tables, that is to create table using primary key. We have to create the tables with the primary key. So first I am creating a table known as customer name, customer 1, that is customer ID is number 6, the data type is given as number 6, and the customer ID is the attribute, and the create table name is customer 1, customer ID, customer name, customer address, city, state and postal code, they are all attributes, and this number, varchar, etc. are the data type that we are giving. And for customer ID we are giving the primary key. So the customer table is created with a primary key. Now we will run this program, run this query. Table is created. Now we can see the description of this table by describing the table customer 1. Now we are going to describe this table customer 1. On describing this table customer 1, the structure of the table customer 1 is displayed, and here we are given the primary key attribute for the customer ID, that is also displayed. And the next table order 1, order line, product, etc. are also created in the same syntax, that is create table, table name, attributes and data type. We are running the order 1 table. When we are running that, the table is created. Now we are going to run the order line table. The table is created, and this is the product table. On running it, the table is created, and at last we are going to create this on the same syntax. We are going to create the supplier table also. We are running it. The table is created. Now after that we are going to then the next question is to add a foreign key reference to the customer ID attribute. That is the customer ID in the customer table is a primary key. Now we are giving the customer ID as a references to the customer ID in the order 1 table. We are creating the foreign key for the customer ID in the order 1 table, which refers the customer ID in the customer table, which is a primary key. Alter table or table name, that is order 1. Add constraint name, then the constraint is foreign key. On customer ID references, this references refers to the customer ID of the customer table. Now we are running this one. The name of the constraint, we can change the name of the constraint. Running this one. Then after that, alter table. Now we have to alter the table product 1 and rename the column column product finish to product material. So that product 1, alter table product 1, rename column product finish to product material. On running this, the table is altered. After that we have to change the table order 1. We have to add a price attribute to the order line table. So alter table order line, add price, and the data type is given. On running this, The table is altered. Then alter table order line 1, add a constraint known as ck1, check order quantity is greater than or equal to 10. On running this, so here we are adding a check constraint, and while we are entering the order quantity, if it is not greater than 10, it will not be entered. Only if it is greater than 10, then it will be entered. Then if it is less than 10, then the check then we will get a thing like that, check constraint is violated, so we cannot enter it. So we have to give a value which is greater than 10. This is used to remember, just notify a user that if it is not greater than 10, it is not valid, and only a valid data that is above 10 can be added. So we're running this, the table is altered. The next one is to make the customer name, that is to not null. For that, that is the customer name attribute, it should there should be a value in it. It cannot be a not null, that is it cannot be null, a value should be inserted. So alter table customer name, modify customer name varchar 20 to not null, and on running this, the table is altered. And then after this, we have to rename the order line 1 quantity to order quantity. So that rename order line to order quantity. On executing this, statement is processed. That is, we have renamed the order line table, that the table name is renamed to order quantity. Then the next question is to describe the structure of the customer and the order table. So that for that, describe customer. This describes the structure of customer table. Then describe order 1. This describes the structure of the order 1 table. And after that, the next question is to insert the above values into the corresponding tables. That way, we have to insert the values into the tables, so that insert the query is insert into table name values. The values are given. If it is a number, we just give the number and separate each attribute by comma. And if it is a varchar, then we give a single colon above it to separate it. So insert customer 1 into customer 1 values 1, John Doe 3, and the attributes are given. And on running this, the one row is inserted. Similarly, each rows are inserted. Now the customer details are entered. After that, we are entering the values into order 1 table, so that the rows are created in the order 1 table also. The same syntax is followed for each table. Then now we have to insert 2 more rows. The last row is also created. After that, the next question, that is to store the data permanently into the storage table. For that, we are using commit. Then after that, copy the customer table to a new table called customer 1. So that for that, similarly, we are inserting values into all the tables, and after that we are renaming the storing the same data from the customer 1 to a table known as customer 2. For that, create table customer 2 as, select start from customer 1, that is the attributes, the same customer 1 table is copied to customer 2. On running this, name is already existing, so you create a new customer tab. table is created. So now we have to select the things from the customer table. So select star from customer 7. Whatever we have given in the customer 1 table will be shown here also. The next question is to grant the select privilege. Next question is to grant select privilege to user 1 on order table. The query is that grant select on order 1 to user 1. So running that one, the statement is processed. After that, the next question is that we have to try to insert values into the order table from user 1, but this cannot be done because only the select privilege is given to user 1, so we cannot insert values into the user 1. After that, we have to give grant insert privilege to user 1, that is grant insert on order 1 to user 1. So running that, the statement is processed. After that, we have to try to delete values, but only insert and select privileges are given, so we cannot delete values from this order 1 table. After that, revoke all privileges from user 1, that is so revoke all on order 1 from user 1. So the statement is processed. Both privileges which we have given to the table is revoked. So now the user 1 has no interaction on our table because we have revoked all the privileges. After that, the next question is to remove all data from customer table, that is to truncate the customer table. So that truncate table customer 7, that is on truncating this, the only structure remains, all other things get truncated. Then on dropping the table, drop table customer 7, the whole table is dropped. Note such table exists. Now while we are describing customer 7, see, this objects to be displayed could not be found because the table is truncated and nothing there remaining in customer table. So thank you for watching.